but can you talk about it a little bit?
You know, he just had his bond setting, and just the purpose of that is to, you know, get a bond set, show the judge we have probable cause, and we got a date set for the preliminary hearing. August 7th, we'll proceed forward on that.
And how does it make you feel to finally kind of get going after so many years with this case?
Yeah. You know, it's good that we finally get to move forward to seek justice for all these victims that have waited so long. So, yeah, it's a good feeling.
How do you feel about the bond being set at $1 million?
I mean, obviously, we would have preferred no bond. He's already serving a lengthy sentence, so it doesn't really matter. But with this kind of a perpetrator, with this kind of a history, no bond would have been appropriate. But we'll take $1 million as well.
Talk to us about the importance of DNA in this case and the importance of CODIS to get to this point. They said June 2017 was finally when he was able to be identified as the suspect in this case.
You know, that's the beauty of CODIS is, you know, just, you know, these victims have waited so long, and to be able to have a law that requires convicted felons to give up their DNA is, you know, it just shows the power in it, I guess. It's a great tool, and we're very fortunate that it got done and that we can now proceed for all these victims and give them that feeling of not having to look over their shoulder finally after all these years.
Do you feel he hasn't taken responsibility still of his previous conviction as well? I mean, he was in court talking about post-conviction, suing Douglas County for malpractice, things
Sure.
along those lines.
It's not surprising. I dealt with Brandon Weathers in trial, and I'm not surprised by anything he does. Even the nature of that case and his preposterous defense in that case shows what kind of an individual he is. But I'm not concerned.
Even with him serving so much time already, how important is it to convict him and get him punished for these crimes too?
You know, it's important to these victims. Like I said, they've been waiting a long time for justice, and we have DNA on all of those instances, so it's important to go forward, I think.
Can you take people back again to that time and just kind of remind people, or for people who weren't here back then, how this affected the community of Omaha when these were happening and nobody knew who was behind them?
Sure. I mean, it was a terrifying time, and you know, for these women, it continued to be terrifying because, again, they didn't know if they were standing next to the perpetrator in the grocery store line, if that person was outside their house lurking, watching, and waiting for them again. So, you know, that's all I can say right now. It was a terrifying time, and we're just pleased to be able to finally help bring justice for these women.
Can you get into, I mean, I know this is all in documents, but I mean, these were violent rapes. Can you talk about that at all?
I don't want to get into the details before a preliminary hearing, so they certainly were. Most rapes are violent in and of itself, the nature of them. But these were particularly violent, and again, that'll come out at the preliminary hearing. Okay? All right. Thanks, guys.